decided that we should have the shiur, that maybe in the zchut of the shiur, the credit for her to get better, at least. Yes. Yeah. Now, I also have to apologize that my memory, I don't remember. Last Tuesday night, we had the shiur, am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
We did.
Of course. So we did the Mishnah Vav, the sixth Mishnah.
Say it again, I was muted.
In my book, it is chet. It's got to do with what was created on the Shabbat
Yes, before
Shabbat, the
No,
Friday before
what you
Shabbat.
said?
It was the items that were created before Shabbat by Hashem. Created 10 things
to be used
Shabbat.
later.
Yes. Okay. Because I thought we did it, but anyhow. So
No, we did it.
So we'll get to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to ask you, Rav, can you move yourself back a little bit so that we can see you better on the screen? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So we spoke about what was Erev Shabbat. Now we'll move to another thing. Up to now, we had certain Mishnayot which were telling us about 10 things that happened. This Mishnah, which is the Mishnah, the 7 Mishnah or the 9 Mishnah, depends on the edition, is talking about 7 things that happened. No, not what happened. Trying to describe differences between somebody that is a chacham, wise man, and somebody which is like half-baked person. It's called a golem. In English, I see it says, calls it a clod, C-L-O-D. Have you ever heard this word, clod, C-L-O-D? No. I also don't know. This is what the translation says. Clod. But what it means, a person that is just not as I said, perhaps half-baked. It's not completely, he's not wise. He's not wise, but he's not stupid either. He's not, he didn't manage to come to the degree of wisdom. And obviously, these are interesting because it gives us some direction for how to behave. So I'm reading the Mishnah, Shiva Dvarim Begolem. 7 things are typical in a clod, and 7 in a wise man. The wise man, Chacham, does not speak before one who is greater than he is in wisdom. Usually, if a person is not a Chacham, so he thinks that he has to make himself known, and he talks, although that there is a person that he is greater than him, has got more experience, is greater in all different features, but the golem, the cloud, he jumps and says things in presence, either in presence of somebody that greater than him in wisdom, or it can say be some means before one who is greater than him. So he doesn't really show any kind of a respect and appreciation for the person that is greater than him in wisdom. This is one point. Second point, ואינו נכנס לתוך דברי חברו. Second point, it can be when somebody either with his friend or can be a teacher and a student, he interrupts. The other person speaks, and he, the cloud, the golem, he doesn't let the person finish what he wants to say. He just interrupts him, and this is not doesn't show a person of wisdom. ואינו נבהל להשיב. So when we are talking about the person that he cannot talk in front of somebody that's greater than him, doesn't mean to say that he cannot ask. He can't say, he can't make statements, he can't say you've got somebody is older than you or taller than you, let him talk, but you may ask. So it doesn't mean to say it means not to speak, but it doesn't mean to say not to talk. To ask the question, yes, you can ask. And here we are talking about אינו נכנס לדברי חברו, as I said, he does not, when a friend or a teacher or a rabbi, whatever, speaks, don't interrupt in the middle. He doesn't, the translation is, he does not break into the speech of his fellow man. This is the second. The third one, ואינו נבהל להשיב. He is not in a rush to reply. Before he says anything, before when he has asked anything, he doesn't hasten. First of all, he gives it time to think what he's going to answer. He doesn't just jump with the answer, which can be stupid. And of course, this is not a way of a wise person. Or can be another explanation, which means אינו נבהל, if he's been asked a question, he is not afraid to give an answer. The wise man has got sufficient confidence to answer, while the other one, the Claude, hasn't got the confidence, and so he's scared to say something in case people will laugh at him, and therefore he does not answer. So it can mean two things. He can be a wise man. He does not rush to give an answer. At the same time, the second side thing, yes, when he gives an answer, he has got full of confidence to give the answer to a question, and he's not afraid not to say something lest he will be saying some stupid things that the other people will laugh at him. And this does not, the Claude, he doesn't have this consideration. He rushes to give answer without thinking, or can be sometimes that he could have answered, but he doesn't give answer because he's scared lest people will laugh at him. He hasn't got the confidence. This is number 3. Now we're on number 4. He questions to the point and responds properly. It's, sometimes people like to talk. Just that they should hear that they're talking, that they're around. A wise man, he doesn't just talk, he doesn't just question stupid questions. Shoel Kenyan. He questioned to the point. So he got a meaningful question to ask, and when he's asked, he gives an answer, a proper answer, to which fits and give a proper answer, and not just try to drag a cope and say, well, He gives a proper answer. This is what a wise man does. Ve'omer, but by the way, the commentators gives many examples from the Bible about these things that you hear, that you see, Moshe Rabbeinu or others, Yaakov, our great people conducting themselves in this ways where the Mishnah points out for wise men. He speaks of first thing first, two questions that were which put to him. So he speaks without making a salat. Let me just give an example. Um, was it? He said that I can't find it here now. There is a couple of examples, can't find it now, that a person asked two questions and the answer come accordingly. First of all, I'll answer you your first question and then the second question. So there is order. It is well organized. This is what a wise man does. The next one, ועל מה שלא שמע, אומר לא שמעתי. If a person is asked about something, if he will give his opinion, if he knows the answer, if he learned, and if he hasn't learned, he does not shy to say, I'm sorry, I can't give an answer, I haven't learned this, and I cannot give you an answer. While the Claude doesn't think that he can say, I don't know. He must know everything in his mind. And this is not wisdom. The wise man, he has got also, so not only wisdom is a little bit of humility. And you say, look, he's not ashamed, he's not shy to say, I'm sorry, I haven't learned it yet. I don't know yet. And on what I know, I can give you an answer. What I don't know, I'm sorry. I have to learn, and I will learn. I'll give you an answer. Yeah. And also it goes together with that there is a statement in the Talmud who say, teach your tongue to say I don't know, if you don't know, lest you be led to lie and then be caught out. So it's not wise to say something if you don't know and you pretend that you know, and you say something because you think it's something which should be below your dignity to say, I haven't learned it. Nothing wrong, on the contrary. You'll be appreciated if you say, I haven't learned it, and therefore I don't know, rather than you say and give all these answers, which afterwards you be found that is not correct and it's stupid and so on. The Claude, on the other hand, he thinks that it will be below his dignity to say that he didn't know. they bring like a situation from the Torah, the daughters of Tzlofchad. We read a couple of weeks ago that they came to Moshe Rabbeinu and said, our father died and he didn't leave any sons, only the 4 daughters. Therefore, we request that we should get a share in Eretz Israel like heirs of our father, because usually the heirs are the sons, not the daughters. But here they said that a part in Eretz Israel, and Moshe Rabbeinu said, I hear what you say, I must ask God, I don't know. He said, wait a while, and I'll hear what God says. This is an example that even Moshe Rabbeinu was not shy to say, I have to know. Yeah. And then, מודה על האמת. מודה על האמת. This is most difficult for a person to do, to being presented with something it's so so this is for a cloud difficult to say, because you think it will show that something is that he doesn't know. He thinks that he has to show that he knows everything, and even if it was found out that he made a mistake and he didn't tell the right thing or the truth, instead of saying, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, it's not true much what I said, a wise man will admit and so on. So the Mishnah said there are 7 things which is the ways how a wise man behaves, or how he runs his association with people, but the chilufei begolam, the opposite, are found in the cloud. And I think that each thing is
we'd call him the better English word would be uncouth, but it's not a nice word to use, clod, from my experience. So I would say
in Yiddish, the risk probably comes from it. They call a person klotz.
Klotz. Klotz, yeah.
A klotz.
Yeah.
The person
Probably that's where he got it from.
Is a klotz.
Yeah. That's where he got it from. It's not a good word to use.
Okay, but I mean the message
the meaning is
clear.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, we finish with that. I hope that we'll have good news. As I said, that this shiur also should be a credit for Batya's health condition. She needs a lot of prayer. If you can add a prayer for Batya, the daughter of Rachelea.
Batya bat Rachelea.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll write it down.
With this, I finish. I'm sorry I was actually in doubt whether we have the shiur because it was today in a terrible state. Things seem a little set. We're actually waiting for the doctor to come and see her. And we don't know. Babas, I say, every day is a win. Every day is a win.
Yeah.
So have a good night, and you should have
First Shlema.
First
name.
Good night.
Take
Have a
care,
good
Rav.
Shabbat. Good
Thank you,
night.
Rav.
Have a
Thank
good
you so
Shabbat.
much.
Thank you very much.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Mom.
Thank you.